Hey guys, Stephen Gilbert here with SoulWeb.org, where internet marketing meets integrity. And today I have internet marketing legend, Mark Thompson, he laughs, but it's true, on the call, who has done 20 million in revenue since he first started. He is considered one of the best and most ethical internet marketers. And on today's show, what we're going to be talking about is the problems with reaching your audience, because everyone knows that open rates have gone down. Everyone knows that it's becoming harder and harder to reach people. And Mark has a solution that will kind of make it a lot easier. So Mark, how you doing today, bud?
I am good. It's good to finally connect and talk in person for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to talk about your new product, Text Deliver. All right. So tell me what makes Text Deliver unique? Like what makes it worthwhile?
So, I mean, the long and the short of it is it's an SMS platform. So it allows you to basically run and manage a mobile marketing list, a text message list, like you would an email marketing list. Like everyone's comfortable with Aweber, get response, eye contact, right? For the longest time, but things are starting to shift more mobile. And so, as you mentioned, open rates have gone down, right? I mean, you notice in your email. So it used to be that you could get 30% to open, then it went to 20, then it went to 10, and you'd be lucky to even hit double digits. And now, when you look at a text message, people open it in 5 seconds, right? So the engagement with SMS has gone through the roof, just with everyone with iPhones and Androids and all that kind of stuff. So what Text Deliver is, it's a way to manage that. And so one of the things that I noticed was, like, we used Twilio for the longest time, but you had to work with their API and you had to be technically savvy to run a broadcast, or if you wanted to do a SMS sequence like you would with an email sequence, you needed to have developers to be able to do that. And so we've created a solution that allows you to essentially run an SMS marketing campaign like you would with email.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you get people to sign up to it? Is this something that integrates to your website, or how do you get people to sign up to this?
So there's two ways. You can do short code marketing. So you text the word 20 off to 313131 and receive a 20% off coupon. So you can do it through a short code marketing. Then you could also do it through an opt-in form on your site. So you just have phone number field on there, or name, email, phone, whatever you want, and it gets put into Text Deliver. You could also integrate your email marketing if you want to, so they can complement each other. So when someone opts in, they can get thrown onto your email list as well as your SMS list.
Okay, that's cool. So basically, you've set it up so that it makes it easier to have more ways to reach your audience. Because for me, like right now, I'm doing push notifications and emails. Okay. Now I'm going to be using Text Deliver to do text. I want to reach my audience. You know, it's the funniest thing, man. I sent out an email from a new autoresponder and got like 15 messages saying, "Where have you been?"
Yeah.
And it's like, I've been here the whole time. You're just not getting my emails. So yeah, it's so important to have, at least in 2016, a multifaceted approach to reach your audience. And I think Text Deliver is a great way to do that. Now, is there anything they have to install, or is it all just SAS?
I mean, yeah, it's all web-based. So as long as you have a desktop browser, you're good to go. The only thing that you need to do is integrate with one of our third-party integrations. So Twilio or Callfire, B2X. There's a whole bunch of different ones out there, but that's the service that actually sends the text messages. So there will be some sort of a charge for per texting, but I mean, it's 0.00, I forgot what it is. It's less than a penny per text message you send if you use something like Twilio. And so one of the cool things with our platform is, say you want to do short code marketing. Well, if you use Twilio, it's actually quite expensive to do short code marketing. So we've integrated with a service like Easy Texting, which is super, super cheap. And you can sync all of your accounts. So you could do short code messaging through Easy Texting, and then you could send out broadcasts through Twilio, which Twilio is one of the cheaper services to integrate with. So we've been able to sync regardless of if you want to do one integration or multiple integrations, just depending on which you guys like to use and pricing and that kind of stuff.
So for like $10, using one of the services you've integrated with, you could send what? 1,000 text messages.
Yeah, you'll send about 1,000. Yep.
Honestly, I think that's so worth it because everyone is on their phone. You know, even now, I get a text, I open it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's a great way to really integrate with your audience. So, how about this? Who do you think is going to benefit the most from getting your product? Like, who's your target audience?
I mean, it honestly can be both online and offline, right? I mean, if you have a store and you want to give out a mobile only coupon, say, hey, get 20% off. You got to text the word, like I was saying before, you print it out, bring it into the store. It can also be for online as well. Say you have a webinar coming up. Now, one difference between SMS and email, like you were just saying, when you get a text message, normally you're looking at it really fast, right? With email, when you send out, hey, we're going to be doing a webinar or some sort of live event, you send it an hour or two before because they may not be looking at their email, all the time. So it's a little bit of a different type of marketing, right? So when I send out an SMS reminder, I send it 1 to 2 minutes before we're ready to go because they have their phone right there, ready to go, and they can get on the webinar. So it can really be both. It can really be for offline and online, just depends on how you want to use it.
That's cool. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And when does this product launch? It's on the 21st, right?
Yeah. So this Thursday, the 21st, we're going to launch at 11 a.m. So.
Okay. 11 a.m. Eastern. And is there any early bird or anything?
No. So what we're going to do, it's going to be a 7-day launch, and we're going to offer a one-time charter access. So you can get access to the platform for a one-time price. We will have monthly and annual plans as well if you want, but just for the first 7 days, we're going to open the lifetime option.
So basically, you're giving people that jump in the ability to use your service forever for one fee. But if they wait after the 7 days, they got to go pay the recurring.
Right. They will pay either monthly or annual.
That sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah.
So it's open for 7 days. Let me ask you this, because people love this. What are your OTOs? Okay. And then how much do they cost?
Sure. So, well, for the front end, it's going to be $197 one time, okay, or $127 per year, or $37 per month. So that's going to be for the first 7 days. Okay, and then it'll go up after that. Then the first one-time offer is we have an agency edition, which is going to open up almost like a user management functionality in the app. So you can bring on new users, create sub accounts for them. And then they can integrate their own SMS services in that account. Now the people that you invite can only see the integrations that they.
And then I guess you would charge them for the ability to use it, and you would keep that money.
Right. Exactly. So So I'm a marketing agency. I work with clients. You can charge, and we actually, at the time of this, we're doing this on a Tuesday, a few days before. We're still figuring out exactly what we're going to allow our customers to be able to charge their customers, but it's not going to be anything crazy. I mean, you're not going to have to go and say, oh, you have to collect $1,000 or else they can't use it. But it'll be something, will be at least some sort of nominal fee just to deter people that say, oh, well, now I can go and give this to 1,000 people for free. That obviously doesn't work with our business model. But
yeah, you have to put price limits. Like on our last software we released, we said, look, you can have white label rights, but you cannot sell it for less than this price because that wouldn't be fair to everyone else, right?
That's exactly right.
So you have to set that in place.
Yeah.
So that's your OTO one. It's agency. How much is that?
So that'll be $37 a month or $197 per year. We're going to allow unlimited sub accounts or clients, but like I said, at the time we're still trying to figure out what exactly that price is going to be, but it'll be something fair for everybody. So.
Okay. Are there any other OTOs?
Yeah, so there's a second OTO, which is going to be our template pack. So if you don't have mobile optimized squeeze pages or widgets, you're going to get 20 landing pages. So there's a few different parts to this. The landing pages come in HTML or CSS, so you can just upload it to your server and tweak it how you want to. Or we've also coded them in Optimized Press 2.0. So if anyone that uses Optimized Press, you can import it as a template, and then you can tweak it how you want to. And then the widgets, like if you want to put it in your sidebar, a little opt-in form on the sidebar, it comes in HTML, CSS. So we give you the code, and we also give you the source files if you want to use those for later use.
Cool. And how much is that?
And that's $97 one time.
Cool. Any other OTOs?
Yeah. And then the final one is my Mobilize Revolution course, which I released about a year and a half ago, but it's super targeted and relevant for this market, and it's great. So it teaches people how to create mobile optimized websites in a few clicks of the mouse, as well as how to create mobile apps that you can sell on, or that you can post on the Google Play and iOS or iTunes marketplaces. So this is really good for marketing agencies or people that want other revenue streams. We have made a lot of money. Before I started doing product creation, I worked with a lot of clients, and clients always, they either didn't have a mobile optimized website or they wanted to have an app. And I was like, all right, well, we can create an app for you, but to custom develop that, it's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars. So we walk you through step by step how to do both. And without any technical experience, you don't need any developers, and the margins on it are insane. Like I could charge $1,000 for a mobile app. The client's happy. It could take me a week to build or less, especially if you just give it to a VA or some outsourcer. And it's, I mean, it doesn't cost you more than 50 to $100 to do it.
Let me ask you this: when you launched that course, what did you sell it for?
We sold it. So we sold it on webinars for $300. We sold it for $297, and we're actually going to be offering it as a one-time offer for $77.
That's a huge discount.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big discount, and obviously, I mean, this is only for people who've invested in a text deliver. So we wouldn't normally offer that type of discount, but it complements anybody who purchases text deliver. This is such a great compliment because it talks about another side of mobile that text deliver really doesn't.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So 2 more questions, man, and then we're done.
Cool.
In your opinion, what makes the product unique, and why should people get it?
Okay, there's a few things. The first one is we do handle all of the legal compliance for you. So this is not the sexiest thing in the world, but as marketers, we need to be aware of it, right? So there's something called the TCPA compliance and then CTIA compliance, which the TCPA is regulated by the federal government, which basically you can get sued if you handle your SMS messaging the wrong way. So the first thing is making sure that they're opting in, and that they knowingly know that that they're going to be put on your text message list, so they get that they're going to get marketed to, similar to an email list, right? They're confirming an opt-in. So we handle all of that for you, where there's an automated message saying, hey, you've been added to this list. Here's how you can opt out. We capture their IP address. If they're coming in from a web form, we'll capture that URL. So, and then you need to also store that data for at least 4 years. So we store all that data just in case if you ever did have some sort of an issue, you could say, well, here, this person opted in with this IP address at this URL on this date. So you have checks and balances. And there's some other things like you're not allowed to send messages before 8 a.m. and after 9 p.m., but it has to be the subscriber's time. So it's not based off of you sending the message, it's based off of each subscriber. So that's another thing that we handle. So we monitor, we know everyone's time zone based on where they opted in from their IP address. And we make sure that you're not messaging someone at 2 in the morning and pissing them off, right? So so that's one of the really nice features that we have. And then the other really nice feature is being able to integrate with multiple services, depending on, sometimes, like I was saying, like there's certain short code services that are really cheap, and there are certain per text message broadcast services that are really cheap. And so you kind of get the best of all worlds.
That's really cool. And I think it's interesting you talk about the legal compliance stuff, because that's something people in our industry don't really talk about.
No.
Like for me, I've spent over $5,000 over the last 6 years on lawyers to make sure certain things that I'm doing aren't breaking the law. And so for you guys to be handling it, that's huge. That's going to save people a lot of money. Plus, like I said, it's so hard these days to reach your audience that you need to have a multifaceted approach. You need to be doing text messages. You need to be doing push notifications. You need to be doing email marketing. You need to be doing it all, because the email service providers like Gmail and Hotmail and Yahoo, they're making it so much harder to reach the people that actually want to read your email. So just to give you an example, I had a customer that went on vacation. And while he was on vacation, he didn't check his email for 7 days. So he didn't read 3 of my emails. Well, Google saw that and was like, oh, well, he must not be interested in this anymore. And now I ended up in spam in that guy's spam box, even though he loved reading my emails. So it's never been more important than ever to reach your audiences in multiple different ways. And that's why I love this product so much. So one last thing, I always like to give you guys the last word. Is there any final call to action or personal story or words of wisdom you'd like to share before we end the interview?
Well, I mean, like you just said, just to kind of play off what you were saying, I mean, email marketing, it should complement your overall marketing approach. So you need to, like you were just saying, there's someone who, you know, they were on vacation, they didn't open up your email for 3 emails, and they could get lost in the mix, and then your emails could be going to spam forever. So it's another way to you know, get your marketing message out there. So there's so many different ways that you can use text message marketing. And we also have, there's some bonuses that we'll be giving to your list that'll kind of walk you through that. So even if you're a beginner and you've never done SMS, it's super, super easy. Like, don't get scared if you've never done it before. It's very, very simple. I mean, if you've ever managed an email list and you've sent out a broadcast, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do this. It's very, very simple. So if you've never done it before, don't get deterred or you know, shy of doing it. So.
Yeah, plus I'm going to be giving away one of my previous courses. It's called Snap Affiliate Profits. And basically what that teaches you how to do, guys, is to build an audience for free. So even if you don't know how to build an audience, I'm going to give you my course, which sold thousands of copies, and it was like a $17 price point. You're going to be getting that for free. So you could take that, set up your audience, and then get going, because really the best way to make a consistent income online is to build that audience. And so that's what that course is going to show you. So don't be afraid. But this is definitely something I think every internet marketer needs, especially if they're trying to go full time. So Mark, thanks for being here, buddy. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me. And anyone who doesn't, one last thing I didn't mention. So Digital Kickstart is our brand, and we have a team. We got a full team of developers, designers, support staff. So whenever we create a new product like this, our ears are always opening. We're always listening to other suggestions. Like we found out that a lot of people, even before we've launched, people were asking, what integrations do you have? And so we found out that bid or whatever it's called is a big integration in Europe. So we're already talking to them to integrate that. So just know that, you know, once we launch, I mean, we don't just kind of let it sit. We're always evolving it to continuously improve on it.
Yeah, and that's so important these days, man, because you get a lot of vendors who just put something out, get the money, and let the product die.
Yep.
And to me, most of the work isn't before the launch, it's after the launch, making sure that customers are taken care of. So I'm really glad you said that. So guys, Text Deliver, launching on the 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern. Check below the video for all the unique bonuses you're going to get. This is something that every internet marketer needs. Mark, thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.